They are ridiculously expensive items that football players have in their possession. Aubameyang, who wanted to look like his father, invested $200,000. Yeah, and so it was that young Aubameyang would watch his father arrive at the house in one of his many specially outfitted Autos, and he would fantasize about the day when he too could live like that. So after Aubameyang turned professional, he bought an Audi costing $45,000 with his first paycheck. So you see, it wasn't enough to just buy one Audi. About 2 years after the first heist, Aubameyang copied his father twice more and dropped over $200,000 on 2 Autos. This time, it was a solid gold R8. But even this work of art failed to achieve its goal. This is why Aubameyang just bought a new Audi. He had a brand new Audi R8 dropped off at his dorm by number 7, and he took it to his boy Eyes to have it pimped out so that it would be worth well over $200,000. Damn. The young man now followed in his father's footsteps by racing around town in a 200K whip. I mean, that's cool and all, but it's also the most inexpensive part of the whole video. It's ridiculous that Karim Benzema dropped $250,000 and people still can't deal with it. While other players buy watches and chains, Benjamin is on another level of the jewelry game. The last time he visited the jeweler, Benzema wasn't just trying to spend a couple racks. He wanted to blow $250,000. We're not talking about any old football here. Each of the 72,000 black and white diamonds that cover it is larger than 1,000 carats. Sure explains why somebody would want to charge $200 and $1,000 for a soccer ball. Excuse me, but come on. Sadly, Benzema now owns a football he has no idea how to kick. Putting himself first isn't in his nature. This much is true at least. Paul Pogba's over $300,000 World Cup expenditures were made on their behalf. To Pogba, it wasn't enough to just help his team win, he wanted to do more. They had already lifted the World Cup trophy when he scored the goal that sealed their victory. It's only fair that he and his French teammates be honored. Pogba went to one of Beverly Hills' most renowned jewelers to commission a custom piece of jewelry for the team. You need jewelry made just for you. As with the rest of the country's flag, these are adorned with diamonds, sapphires, and rubies. Each player's name, jersey number, and World Cup statistics are included in our design. Each ring now costs more than $15. Considering that Pogba has 23 other teammates, the price of these rings is nearly on par with what Erling Haaland spent. The news that Haaland is joining his dream team, Man City, recently dropped, and his teammates were understandably displeased. And because Haaland has always been a Man City supporter, it wasn't a personal decision, he just didn't want to leave his team in a bad position. He snagged them each of $500,000. He spent $135,000 on custom Rolexes for his entire team, and another $75,000 on Omegas for the entire staff at his former club. Consider Haaland and Pogba, dude. I see, so you prioritize their teams over yours. So thousands of dollars. Honestly, that's peanuts to my own man. He spent more than $1 million for the sake of his own celebrations of birth. Yeah, there are a few certainties in Slot's life. 2 taxes, 2 funerals, and a 3rd funeral. Since 2015, on each of his birthdays, he has poured himself a cup of something absurdly expensive from Slot, who has thus far ensured that his birthdays will be remembered forever. When he was 38, he caught himself a Ferrari Manz SV2, a whip straight out of Forza, but the following year, when he was 39, he made a trade. This dude has made a remarkable transition from equestrian transportation to high-performance automobiles. This time, he needs to find a car that goes with his Milan jersey, so he sets his sights on a Porsche 911. But everybody is aware of the slab man. You can't have 2 cars at once. As a result, he made sure everyone knew when he finally won the Big Four. He's able to juggle both directions. Yeah, he just bought a bottle of golden Ferrari SP90 Stray Ale and shared a photo of it on Instagram. Despite being partially electric, this thing has 1,000 horsepower and can reach 60 miles per hour in just 2.5 seconds. It's no surprise that the cost of his birthday celebrations topped $1 million, with just the cost of the car alone being well over $500,000. Let's take things to a whole new level. I'm sick of hearing about hundreds of racks and millions. Cristiano Ronaldo, because he wore a car that cost more than $1 million. You either know of Ronaldo's legendary abilities or that he has not 1, not 2, but 3 Fugat. Also, Ronaldo spent as much on a bracelet depicting one of his Bugattis as he did on one of the cars themselves. Sure enough, Ronaldo's Bugatti wristwatch is unique. Ice baguette diamonds and black sapphires, decorate its titanium and champagne gold exterior. In case you were wondering, Ronaldo owns this watch. It's emblazoned with his CR7 logo, and it's styled to resemble the motor in his Bugatti Chiron. Please take a look at this. Why the watch cost $1.5 million is beyond us, but at least Ronaldo gets to flaunt his new acquisition, as ours has been known to convince his teammates to spend millions on items that have no place in their budgets. The chain reaction began when PSG inked a crypto deal to aid in the launch of limited edition NFTs for club supporters. Neymar, like the rest of us, was confused by the concept of an NFT, and now he knows why everyone else is making so much money off of him. He had to participate because he felt left out, and Neymar made us buy a board in January. The world went crazy when he tweeted that he got an A, because obviously this isn't an ordinary photo. While Neymar spends $481,000 on it, that sum is dwarfed by the price of anything bought in the metaverse. Not long after the rest of the world learned about Audi, he dropped $570,000 on an even rarer example for the sole purpose of taking a picture of a man sitting on 2 NFTs. More than $1 million, and that ain't even all of it. Portfolio. Mark Odi was the most inquisitive of Neymar's teammates after they heard about his crypto shopping sprees. Neymar's decision to invest in an alternate universe prompted his friend to ask, "Bro, how are you going to pay $1 million for profile pictures?" But Marco also saw that the metaverse has more to offer than just NFTs. Fuck it, Marco thought, I'm trying to live there. We then go to a real estate agent and purchase an item that is 3 times more expensive than anything we currently own. Marco did indeed purchase a mansion equipped with a helipad on a remote island in the middle of the metaverse. That's nicer than his actual abode, which is saying something. Of course, it would cost more than $2 million, but compared to his B teammate who spent $3 million to fulfill a lifelong dream, his expenditure seems relatively reasonable. Mbappe's childhood was spent in Paris, and he always knew that he would one day represent France on the soccer field. After being traded to PSG for $188 million, Mbappe quickly blew a couple lambs and began realizing his goals. The home of MBA can be found in the heart of a Paris commercial area. It's got 3 bedrooms and floor-to-ceiling windows that look out over the city from Florida. Wait a minute, the Duke really does have a view of the Eiffel Tower from his room. Because of that, we spent over $3 million on this mansion. As for me, I can finally understand why Mbappe never visited Royal Mad. I wouldn't want to move out of this crib either, unless I had the chance to be near Gareth Bale and his secret talent, for which he paid millions. For all intents and purposes, Bale should be practicing free kicks, but instead he has been working on his golf swing and tee shots. Bale recently fell head over heels in love with golf after purchasing a mansion that wasn't even the expensive part. A sizable portion of the surrounding area was his. The most famous golf courses from around the world have been replicated in exacting detail. Take a look at this. Bale's obsession with golf cost him over $2 million. Knowing that not everyone could simply pull up to his house and start hitting home runs in his backyard, Bale spent even more money to open a place for everyone to get a taste of the game. There are 3 golf courses inside this 23,000 square foot structure. The gambling-themed neon signs also include a bar and a restaurant. The first hole with a par of 59. He has started with the Bale Open, but his goal is to make it a global empire and make his golf turn-up spot popular all over the United Kingdom and Dubai. But how will Bale be transferred internationally? His boy David Beckham, however, has him covered because he can. As a little Christmas present to himself, Beckham recently spent $6 million on a yacht, and it's no ordinary boat. 2 suites, a kitchen bar, and a fully equipped gym were included in Beckham's Horizon E88 pad. With a length of 94 feet, this yacht can comfortably accommodate a party of 10. There are televisions and speakers installed throughout, so Beckham can throw his signature Miami bangers without a hitch. It is easy to see why over $6 million was spent on this. Although Aguero has spent the majority of his life in Manchester, he recently purchased a Miami Ocean Life home for more than the price of 2 yachts. After his career, he retired and started looking. Skate. We boarded a plane in the UK and flew away. It's one of the party capitals of the world, and Aguero fell in love with the palm trees, parties, and supercars on every street the moment he arrived in Miami. So much so that he sold his crib and caught the crib in the city. This 9-bedroom mansion in Miami spans more than 12,000 square feet. Including a total of 13 washrooms, he has all day to piss. It even includes a gym, a tennis court, a wine cellar, and a theater. You see, Aguero bought this to celebrate his 34th birthday. And what better way to do so than with a raucous back handle? Damn, the pool party. Wouldn't you like to drink too much? That's how $15 million is properly spent. And what the heck? The Pope has one last purchase to make. Let's wait and see. 2 of Aguero's crib pieces went into this one. Yeah, P.O. is my dude. But isn't going to play Mans, really. A plane bearing his name and a pair of ears logos is his property. That was the one thing he cared about the most. This exclusive aircraft is a Gulfstream Key 280. And wow, look at that. The wingspan of this plane is enormous. There are 10 comfortable seats, upholstered in white leather. It has a top speed of 500 miles per hour, and being in the air really gives you time to think.